So for all of you who are joining us, just so you know, this presentation will be recorded. And if you would like to interact with any of the panelists or the people you see on your meeting today, please know that the chat is open for all of you. Now, we have made sure, we are making sure that people cannot unmute themselves. So if you suddenly look down and you see, I can't unmute, I want to say something, that's only because with the amount of people we get in there, we want to be sure that everyone has a chance to be heard. So if you like to make any sort of comments, please leave them in the chat. And if you'd like everyone to see it, make sure that blue button is clicked to everyone. If you have a private message you'd like to send to one of us, please make sure that you just click the blue box and choose the recipient that you want to send your message to. We'll be starting in approximately 3 more minutes. And once that timing is here, we'll get ourselves started. In the meantime, we'd love to find out where some people are joining us from. I'm currently in Medford, Massachusetts right now, but I originally come from New York City. So I would love to find out in the chat where we're all coming from today. So let's get to it. And thank you all for joining us. I see we've got some New York City in there. I love it. I see more people joining us. Thank you again for making it, everyone. We got San Francisco. You see, a lot of people say West Coast, best coast, but I have lived on the East Coast my entire life, so I have taken an umbrage with that statement, but I believe it. San Francisco's lovely. I have friends in Marin County and in Sausalito, so I always make it a point to go see the water. So we got Hill County, South Dakota. We've got India. We've got Minneapolis, Minnesota. I don't know if anyone's ever seen the Mighty Ducks movies, but they were always talking about where they were coming from. And I kept hearing from Minneapolis, Minnesota, from Minneapolis, Minnesota. So it's just a fun little tongue twister for me. So I've got more people from India. Yes, Reggie, wow, Mighty Ducks. The second movie I think is the best, but that's just a personal opinion. So we've got everyone coming through. Excellent. So it looks like everyone knows how to use the chat. We got St. Paul, love it. And additionally, too, Zoom offers a wide variety of ways to interact. So if you feel like instead of typing in something into the chat box, we do have the reactions at the very bottom where you can do something like a little heart that can appear in the top corner of your screen, or even a little bit of laughter if you find something funny. But all these different things are here for you if you need it. And we also have plenty of other emojis as well.
All right.
Great.
Folks,
I think we give it 1 more minute.
Yeah, 1 more minute would be nice.
Excellent. Perfect. So those of you who are joining us from, I see San Francisco there, hopefully it's a little warmer there than it is here in New England in the Northeast, because it's finally fall. It took a long time, and it took a couple of fall summers where we had a week of 80 degrees out of nowhere. But now it's good to see that, I like the seasons. I don't know. Say we got, foggy. Yes, that makes a bit of sense too. The thing is, I've always preferred to have seasons instead of, I have friends who live in Miami, Florida. It's like, yeah, it's just nice all year round. I'm like, that's kind of boring. I want to see variety in all my things. So
All
we got
right.
perfect,
Tom,
ready to go.
should we get started? Okay.
Let's get started.
I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. Just give me a second here. Welcome, everybody. Okay, on to you, Tom.
All right. Well, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Like I said before, it's so great to see everybody here. Thank you for joining for this fundraiser. We're so excited to tell you more about Saamarthya, its mission, its impact, and everything you could want to know. We have a talented group of individuals here who are here to answer your questions. And my name is Tom Farndon. I'll be the MC. I'm the Director of Client Experience at a company called Impact for Good. And I am a very proud and enthusiastic member of Saamarthya's Passion Committee. So I'm so glad to see everybody here, and I look forward to facilitating a wonderful experience. Some housekeeping notes for those of you who may have just joined. Just so you know, you're able to interact with us by sending us chats. We have disabled the mute function for right now, so you will all remain muted. But if you do have any questions, please, we are more than eager to answer them. Simply put them into the chat, either to everyone or direct message the person you need. We have ways to interact and react to all the different content we have. So again, we like this to be interactive. So please, any questions you have, don't hesitate to ask us. So thank you again, and we look forward to a fantastic fundraiser together. Shivani, back over to you.
Tom, just give me 1 second. I'm going to see, I'm not able to pin you. Just give me 1 second. I want to.
Oh, I got it right here.
Because I'm recording, I want to make sure that everybody's seeing the speaker view.
Got it. I'm pinned at the top now too.
Okay,
So
we'll do the speaker view. Perfect. Thank you, Tom. All
You're
right.
very welcome. Okay, great. So we also, I think, let's go back to our agenda that we have today. We have our kickoff happening right now. We have a video to play next that will explain a little bit about what Diwali is. And after that, we have Vivian Martin to talk a little bit more about Saamarthya. I'll have a little more to say about the kids' videos and all these wonderful things to come. We have Vanessa, who's going to help us teach us how to make Diwali lanterns. And we also have more testimonials and more recordings from wonderful people a part of the organization before we move on to making a delicious dessert with Risha. And then after that, Shivani will, of course, come back to the main screen to wrap us all up for today. So again, thank you all for joining us. Really appreciate it.
On a particular day, if about 15% of the world's population is celebrating by lighting up a lamp, it must be something really significant. What is it? Diwali, the festival of lights. Triumph of good over evil is what mankind has always celebrated. And that's exactly what Diwali is all about. The word Diwali is derived from the Sanskrit word Deepavali, where Deepa means light and Avali means series. Before we get into the historical significance of this festival, we should know that the lamp you light up during Diwali is also a metaphor for knowledge and consciousness that can drive away the ignorance within you. But how did all this start? If you know India, you must have heard of King Rama, the personification of all noble virtues. The life of Rama played a significant role in defining the character of India. So much so that even today, after thousands of years, Rama is still a perfect role model for many. But why? Though born into a royal family, Rama's life was full of difficult circumstances, ethical questions, and moral dilemmas. He is exiled to the forest for 14 years. His wife is abducted by the evil king Ravana. He travels all the way to Sri Lanka for her, wages a war. Bring her back, then circumstances separate them and he never gets to see her again. So what is so great about his life? The most important point here is no matter how many disasters life threw at him, he conducted himself gracefully, without deviating an inch from his noble virtues. People who are natural seekers of life bow down to this quality of the man because he embodied the principle that our control on what happens in the outside world may be limited, but what happens inside us can be completely our creation. The day Lord Rama won the battle against Ravana, who had abducted his wife, is celebrated as Dasera. And the day he returned to his kingdom Ayodhya with his wife Sita after 14 years of exile is celebrated as Diwali. Diwali is a grand festival for Hindus, Jains, Sikhs, and even some Buddhists all over the world. And it's an official holiday in about a dozen countries. Diwali, a 5-day festival, is not just about lights, but also about delicious sweets, beautiful decorations, fireworks, and most importantly, family and friends gathering to spend time with each other. As Hindu scriptures say, it's Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. The world is one family, and irrespective of what you believe in or not believe in, we all strive for one thing: a joyful life. Let these lights of Diwali drive away the darkness of suffering in this world. Loka samastaha sukhino bhavantu. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti Hi. May all beings be happy and free, and may the thoughts, words, and actions of my own life contribute in some way to the happiness and freedom of all. Peace.
Tom, you are.
Ooh, I think I got it back now. Sorry about that. It's such a wonderful video and so uplifting to see. And I think one parallel I want to draw real fast is that ever since the world changed and we all have to kind of congregate virtually, I'd like to think that all the lights that we talk about there connecting us, it's honestly the lights from our computer screens too, when you think about it. So when you think it and you look at all the bright little lights in front of you here, just know that we're all looking at those same lights together to come and do something wonderful. So thank you all again for joining us. So we'll move on to our next section here. So with Neelam. So Neelam's is our e-commerce technology manager in Children's Place and a Saamarthya Passion Committee member, just like myself. So glad to be in such wonderful company. Now, to explain what comes next, Neelam's video gives a glimpse into how Indian families in the US celebrate Diwali with their friends. She always invites many of her friends. They get the house ready by decorating it with traditional lamps, flowers, and electric lights. They dress up in the finest traditional clothes and jewelry, and of course, cook the most sumptuous food. I mean, you saw some of the images in the video. It just looks so good. Now, I think that's more to say a feast than just a meal. So why don't we see what this looks like together?
All right. We are moving on to the next slide, Tom.
Sounds good. So from here, I think I'll let Shivani, I think you'll take the reins on this one. So please tell us a little more about what we're about to see next.
Sure. So we have Aditya Subramaniam, who is one of our Club Ananda participants, and you'll learn about our programs just shortly. But we love Aditya. He's so meticulous in his work. He offers his own creative suggestions for all the art and craft and skill-related activities. And his input is genuinely unique. We love Aditya's input and feedback to our sessions. He and his mom, Sudha, make us better every single day. So here, Aditya wanted to share a little bit about what Diwali is to him and the story of Diwali and how he celebrates. So let's take a look.
Diwali is a festival of light. Lord Ram killed Ravan and returned back to Ayodhya. People were happy and lit the lamp, welcoming Lord Ram to Ayodhya. I celebrate Diwali by wearing new clothes. I help my mother in putting rangoli. I made kandal. I painted the diya and I received many orders. We exchange with our neighbors and friends. We gave new clothes should have made. I have stopped burning crackers as the air gets polluted. Happy Diwali, everyone.
Really amazing to see that such a crazy geographic distance can be covered and conveyed in so much love. So amazing, a wonderful video to get us going. So now we're on to our next portion. So this one is going to be about Vivian Martin, the adjunct faculty member at Carlson Business School and a Saamarthya board chair. So before we get into your part of the presentation, Vivian, I'd love to get the crowd to know you a little bit more. Do you maybe have a particular favorite children's book that you'd like to share with us?
Why, I certainly do, Tom. My favorite children's book is Charlotte's Web. I read that as a child. I read that as a mother. And now I've read it to grandchildren who really enjoy it. As you mentioned, I am an adjunct faculty member, but I will say my most important role is as Nana Vivian or Grandma Vivian to the 9 grandchildren who call me that. That gives me, I think, a constant awareness of how important it is to nurture and to support our youth. And for me, our children are all of our children. And many children just don't have the resources that my children have, which is why I'm so happy and so proud to be part of Saamarthya. I think it's important to note that 2% of children under 19 in India have a disability. That may not sound like a big number, but that represents almost 8 million children. And when you look at them, a quarter of them aren't going to school. In many smaller cities and communities, families just don't have the resources, and they are really in dire need, which is why Saamarthya is so important and really offers solutions. Club Ananda is a weekly session for children and their families, and the children learn basic skills like cooking. They also get social and emotional development through singing and craft activities. Then there's one-on-one group intervention for children who have autism or other disabilities to really get the support that they need. And parent training, so that parents understand, have the knowledge, and also the skills to support their child's unique development. There's also a toolkit for teachers so that they are able to provide the kind of classroom environment that is inclusive, that is supportive. There's the kind of sessions that caregivers need for their own mental health and emotional well-being, given the strains that they're under. And then there's actually a new technology under development, an app to provide really in the moment support to parents and caregivers. And coming soon in 2024, the first Family Resource Center, which will provide support both in person and virtually to families so that they really get a total support for all of the intervention and mental health services that they need. Well, Diwali, as we heard, represents light overcoming darkness. And so I think it's a perfect time to share what Saamarthya does, because Saamarthya has brought light into the lives of over, I think, 4,000 when you add these together, 4,000 children and their families, really giving them the kind of support that they need in order to live fully live their lives to their potential. So that's what I have to share about this wonderful organization that's reached 4,000 and could reach more with all of our help. So happy Diwali.
Happy Diwali indeed. And thank you so much, Vivian, for that. Really appreciate you coming on and letting us know a little bit more about what we can do to make an impact here together. So with that impact, we're going to talk about our first take action moment. So as you can see on this slide here, we have a lot of impact milestones. Some people may look at this and think, oh, it's just a single donation I have to give to get to this level. Don't worry. It's more about how we can collectively come together to reach these milestones. Our first milestone being $150. That would be monthly cost for a student scholarship, a one-to-one intervention. After that's $200, we get to that point, and it's a scholarship for a parent to attend a 6-week parent training. After that, we move up to $2,000. It's the average annual student scholarship for every year. After that, up to $3,000 is an annual cost to run Club Ananda. And $50,000, our top tier here, is the annual cost to run a family resource center. So we're taking this time as a call to action for all of you wonderful participants out there joining us on this wonderful day of celebration to ask if you can also be part of the puzzle that gets us to the bigger picture of making a supreme impact all around for all those that need it. So at this point, I'll ask that we have some people put in the chat any sort of relevant links that you might need in order to better understand how to make your impact felt. You can either click on the links that we'll provide, or if you happen to be watching this on your desktop at home, simply take out your mobile device, open up the camera application, and hover it over that QR code. Scanning will bring you to the same donation page. We want to make this as accessible to everyone as possible. So thank you again, because again, everything that we do comes from the support of all of our wonderful community members, all of our donors, all of our partners, everyone that wants to see this change happen. It happens because of you. So thank you again. Vanessa has provided the link in the chat. So please, again, if anyone has any questions, we're more than happy to answer. And we appreciate all of your hard work, your dedication, and your love. And now we'll move on to our next slide here. So Shivani, would love to find out a little bit more about what we've got coming next, my friend.
Absolutely. So we are talking about Arjun Mishra, who's a regular Club Ananda and ASMI participant, which means he comes for our Club Ananda sessions twice a week online. And he also participates in our one-on-one intervention programs and group intervention programs. Arjun loves meditation, cycling, and cooking. But what we at Saamarthya, the Saamarthya team loves is that Arjun is very insightful and he has an eye for detail. He always has an interesting take on any conversation you have with him. It doesn't matter. He has an interesting point of view. And it's truly a joy to have him and his mom, Vinita, as an integral part of our little Saamarthya family. Here, Arjun is obviously dressed up in his finest, Indian clothes, and, he's doing a prayer there. And the next slide basically is a little brief video clip of Arjun sharing us a little something about Diwali. So here we go.
Hello everyone, my name is Arjun Mishra. I would like to share how we celebrate Diwali. Diwali is a festival of lights. It is the biggest festival of India. Diwali is a celebration for returning Lord Rama to Ayodhya. After 14 years of exile, we clean our house, we light candle decorates our homes with rangoli. Children burns firecrackers. We eat sweets and gift share with friends. We wear traditional clothes, and Diwali is the most loved festival and enjoy it very much. This year Diwali is on 12th November.
All right, so I also want to say before we move on, if Aditya and his mom Vinita are here, please wave to everybody. I'm sorry, Aditya and Sudha, or Arjun and Vinita. If you guys are here, I can't see you. So if you are here, say hello, just wave so that everybody can see who you are. And we are moving on to the next slide here, Tom.
Excellent, excellent. Thank you, Shivani. We'll move on to the next one. And this one is going to be about Vanessa Noronha. So here, Vanessa is our amazing program coordinator at Saamarthya, where she manages all programming related to Club Ananda, ASMI, inclusive storytelling, and so much more. So Vanessa, just like I asked Vivian, could you tell us maybe what your favorite children's book was?
Hi, Tom. Yes, so I've always, like when I was a child, I watched the movie first of Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, and I grew up and found out that, oh, there's a book about it. So I did read it when I was older, but that is still my favorite. I consider that to be my favorite childhood book.
Amazing. Anybody any hobbies too, along with the reading?
Oh, yes. So I do like engage myself in art and craft activities. And if I'm not doing doodling or, creating something, I like to play on the violin. So yes, art and music are my favorite hobbies.
I love that. It's always a great thing to have an avenue of creativity. And I can already see how much passion comes from you. So I can imagine how much passion is in all of your hobbies and work too.
Yeah, and Vanessa, we can get started with your activity now. So stop sharing and go ahead, and you are on Spotlight. So the floor is yours.
All right, thank you. So namaste, everyone. And today we are going to be making a kandil together. Okay, so I'll just remove my background blur. So it's more clear. Yes. So we are going to be making a lovely kandil today, and I hope all of us have our materials ready, with our papers and scissors, and our glue and our stapler. Yes. So traditionally in India, we hang lanterns near in our balcony or at an entrance on your front porch. It's like a lovely welcome to your guests and your celebration. So yes, this is what we'll be making today, and let's begin. So we're going to start by using our papers. Okay, so you can take any two colors that you like, and we are going to make these things first. Okay, these little things. Yeah. So you choose any two colors that you want on your lantern. Yeah. First, what we are going to do is let's make this paper, the rectangle paper, into a square. Okay. So to make it into a square, you need to fold it in this way. Let me just show you. Yeah. Okay. So you take one corner, bring it all the way down, let it get aligned to the edge of the paper, and you cut off this excess bit. So then you have a square paper. So do this for two sheets. Yeah. Okay. Is everyone ready with their square papers? All right. Yeah. So now let's fold this paper in half two times so we can get four squares. Okay. So that's half one way, and again half this way. Okay. So when you open it up, there are four squares. Okay. So we are going to cut them along these lines to make four squares. We will do the same with the other square paper that we have. So you fold it in half. Okay, and I'm going to cut them. All right. So now I have 8 pieces, 8 square pieces with me. Yes? Everyone's ready? Okay. All right. So now to make this, it's pretty simple. All you have to do is take the opposite corners and bring them together like this. Okay. And then you have the little thing ready. Yeah. So take your opposite corners and bring them together in this way. Is it visible?
We can see it. Yes. Looks good.
Yeah.
Looks like a little mini cannoli almost. It looks nice. I like it.
All right. So now you can use your stapler or you can use Fevicol, yeah, whatever is available, and you stick them together. So do this for all the 8 pieces that you have. Take your opposite corners, bring them together. Try to keep them uniform in size. Bring the opposite corners together. Okay, I'm done. Who else is ready with all the 8 cones? I'm going to call them cones for lack of better term. But yeah.
Cannolis is a good one, Tom.
Cannolis,
They
yes.
do look
I
like
forgot about
cannolis. Yeah.
that. Okay, so when we're ready, I can see a thumbs up and we can go to the next part. Oh, wow, already. Okay. Okay, so now for the next part is to stick them on a base. Okay, so here I have stuck them on a white base. Now to make this, let's use our 3rd sheet of paper. So again, you can use a color of your choice. Yeah. Okay. Now we need to measure this. So you take your cannoli. Yeah. Keep the tip over here, keep it almost towards the edge, and you get this measurement and draw a line. And we are going to take away the excess part. So it becomes the base. All right. So let me see if I can show you on my desk. Is that better without the light?
Yeah, that's fine. You might want to move it out back just a little bit, Vanessa, or move your camera. Yeah, there. Perfect.
Better? Okay. So now I'm going to just take my measure. It's coming over here. Okay. So I'll just make a marking and I'm going to draw my line. Yeah. So I'm going to cut off this extra bit. Okay. Before we stick the cannolis, we are going to make this into a circular shape. Because if you stick them first, when you make it, into a circle shape, it will kind of mess with with the way you've stuck them. So we are going to first stick this in a circle shape. The size should almost be, about right about your arm size, enough for a small bulb to fit in. So you can get that, you can estimate the size that way. And because they are made of paper, you can actually squeeze a lot of them in, so there won't be an issue of running out of space. Yeah, so try to get your measurement maybe of your arm size, or think about like a medium sized bulb can fit in. Yeah, around this much. Or maybe you can think of a bangle, like the size of a bangle. Yeah. All right. So now we begin sticking our cannolis. Yes. You stick them this way. What I would do is put one stapler over here. And when I put the next one, I will also staple these two together inside. So one here, like one here, and one in between the two. Okay, so I'm going to go alternate. You can do any pattern that you want. If you want to take 2 orange, 2 green, that's up to you. Okay. So after I've stuck both, I'm also going to stick these two together so that there's no empty space. Okay.
Just wanted to jump in real fast. I'm looking at some of the videos and I love seeing some of the collaboration and people helping one another to make this stuff. So excellent work. I can see Arjun working pretty hard over there. It looks so fantastic. And Anurag looks like a professional streamer with the big headphones, with fully focused into the work. I love seeing it too. Regina, what a beautiful color combination there. That's fantastic.
Yes.
Wonderful. Excellent work, everybody. And I think at some point, Vanessa, once we are closer to everyone done, if anyone's comfortable, we should definitely show some on the camera. Maybe get a group picture of us doing it together.
Yes.
Yeah, and since I was the kid who could never wait to tell my friends the presents I'd surprise them with, I am very antsy to look and see at some of these. So Arjun, do you think you can show us a little bit of what you've got so far? I'm very curious. I saw some nice red colors and everything coming through. And again, if you don't want to, it's all good too. We want to make sure everyone's nice and comfortable.
हाँ अर्जुन, आपका दिखा सकते हैं तो दिखाइए. कहाँ तक आया अर्जुन? दिखाओ दिखाओ. Colors are very nice, Arjun. Wow.
Oh, that's nice.
Bright
Red and
colors,
yellow, one of my
Arjun.
favorite combos. That's so good.
Good job,
Good.
Arjun.
Maxine's looking hard at work over there too. Excellent. Ah, there we go. Yep, so I can see you there. Hi, Maxine. You want to give a wave to everybody?
Oh, Lila.
Hey,
Hi, Lila.
hi. Thank you.
I love the colors you've chosen, Lila. That's beautiful.
Excellent. We've got such hard workers here. This is amazing.
Yes. We're almost done.
Mhm.
Good. Yes, so let's, if you're using Fevicol, we'll allow it for some time to dry. Okay. Has everyone finished sticking? Yes. Okay. Not yet, not yet. All right, we'll wait for Maxine. The next thing that we are going to do is we're going to give some lovely borders to it. Okay, so it's going to it's looking a little empty at the top and bottom. So we are going to give some borders. If you have decorative tape with you, you can use that. If you do not have tape, you can use your fourth sheet of paper and cut a small strip to make the band at the top and bottom. Okay, so you can do it in that way. Take like about half an inch. Yeah, and you can stick it over here at the top and at the bottom. Or maybe you can wait till you buy some nice decorative tape later and do it. So it's up to you. You can do this step now if you want. Okay. Yeah, it'll take some time to stick. That's why if you have a stapler, it'll be easier. With glue, it's a little messy. Or even with tape. Okay, so after you've made the band, after you've made the band for it, you can stick them on. Yeah. Or you can keep this step for later when you want to, buy a bed like a nice decorative tape.
A nice decorative ribbon also will be nice, na, Vanessa? Like a
Yes.
nice bright
Yes, you can
colored
use a
ribbon.
ribbon.
Yeah, with design, that would
Yes.
be nice. Yeah, to finish it up
Yes,
really well.
yes.
Yeah.
Yes. All right. So now the last part is to give these lovely little fringe hangings to our lantern. Now you can do this with your fourth paper. Okay, so I've taken another light color. What you're gonna do is I'm just gonna make some sections of the paper and cut them in this fringe type cut. Okay, and I've kept a little tab on top so that I can stick it nicely at the bottom. Yeah. So you can take your fourth paper and make them into like sections. So I would fold them in half this way 2 times. Yeah. And then you can take with your scissors, you can go cutting it in strips. All right. And leave at least 1 inch on top so that you can stick them at the bottom of the lantern.
Even for this one, right? Like tassels, if you have at
You
home,
can use
or decorative tape, or decorative ribbons. I think it'll just
yes.
add right to the look of the thing. If not paper,
Yes.
you can choose
If
whatever
not
you
paper,
feel.
yes.
Yeah.
You can use ribbons and different kind of tassel hangings. You get some lovely options at stationery shops or these art shops. Yeah, so you can definitely explore options.
It's looking great, everybody. And Vanessa, I want to say thank you again for all the instructions. Very easy to follow along, and I think we all appreciate it. So thank you.
I'm glad. I'm glad. I hope you all enjoyed making the lantern as much as I did.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, so your lantern is ready. Do explore different options for giving it your finishing touch, and it'll look lovely when you hang it. And yes, to hang it, you can put a string on top. Yeah, so you use it with tape. So use a punching machine to make two holes at opposite sides. Use a nice string, and you can hang them at your porch, at your balcony. You can also put it under under a bulb, like how you hang a Christmas star. So the same way you can hang your lantern, and then when it lights up, with the light, it'll look even more pretty with all these lovely color papers. Oh, nice! I can see Regina has the nice finishing touch ready. Yes, looking good. Yes, if you finished your lantern, you can show us. Oh, wow.
Lovely, Vivian. That's awesome.
Nice.
Oh, amazing. Actually, I think this would be as good as time as any. So if
Oh,
anyone
Arjun.
out there, if I may for this, Shivani, maybe take a quick screenshot of those
Yeah.
who wonderful. So for anyone out there who is finished or close to finishing their lantern, they have something they'd like to share. If you want to, please, I encourage you, come onto video and hold it
Yes.
up in front of your camera so we can all see. I'll give us a countdown
Nice.
of 3 to get a little screenshot. So everybody who's got it, love it. Very good. On the count of 3, 1, 2, and 3.
Got it.
Excellent.
Wow, Anurag, love the colors. Beautiful.
Oh,
Vibrant.
wow. These are great.
Lila,
Just,
I love the page. Oh, look at Lila's. Oh, she's still
you
working
got
on it.
pink
Good
and
job.
yellows and everything. It looks so. The pink matches your shirt too. Oh, that's great. Fantastic. You got to love people who can coordinate everything, right?
Yes, yes. Okay. Are we ready to move on? Should I bring the PowerPoint again? Vanessa? Okay.
Yeah. And of course,
Yes,
everybody
yes.
is, and thank you again, Vanessa. Could we get a little round of applause in the chat and some love for Vanessa for doing all this for us and teaching us something new and wonderful? So thank you. Now, one thing for everyone, if you are not quite done with your lantern yet, it's okay. It's not like it's a homework assignment and it's due today. Please work on it at your own leisure, add in your own bits of characterization to it and make it your own. So thank you again to Vanessa, and thank you to everyone who made some time to make a lantern with us all today. So thank you. All right. So yes, let's move along. So our next thing that we have here is a bit of a testimonial. And there's something that I wanted to read to everyone out there so you can get an idea of the impact that Saamarthya has. So this is a parent testimonial from ASMI, and it goes like this. I wish that all the parents get therapy from Saamarthya. I'm looking forward to all of their programs. It is affordable for us, and the confidence and positive energy the teachers give are so great. I also thank them for recording the sessions because I can replay them at my convenience. And I think that's so emblematic of how well the programming is done, where someone can say, everyone should have this thing because it does that much good. And even better for accessibility, having the ability to replay it whenever you need it, also really a great touch. So we're glad to get those kind of testimonials. So from here, we'll move on to the next one. So we have here a video and some more about Ishan. So Shivani, could you please tell us a little bit more about what comes next?
Absolutely. So I want to talk a little bit about Ishan Singh. He's one of, again, our absolute regular participants of Club Ananda and ASMI group intervention sessions. Ishan, I know you're here. Ishan and Ishan's mom, Ritu, say hello, just wave at everybody. Ishan loves singing, Zumba, teaching, and learning computers. But what we love absolutely about Ishan is his energy, enthusiasm, and absolute regularity in our sessions, okay? He's very punctual, will not miss a single Club Ananda or group intervention sessions ever. As his mom, Ritu, told us, if he gets late coming back from school due to traffic, he will actually join the sessions on his phone, but will not miss a single session. We love that about him. We love, his and his mom's passion for learning. And the next video clip is just a little something that Ishan wanted to share with all of you. So let's watch. And this is in Hindi, so we have a little bit of the translation up there, but it's basically he's describing what Diwali is and what Diwali means and the symbolism of Diwali. So let's start.
दीपावली को दीपों का त्योहार या दीपोत्सव भी कहा जाता है। दिवाली भारत के सबसे लोकप्रिय और महत्वपूर्ण त्योहार में से एक है। यह त्योहार भगवान राम की याद में मनाया जाता है, जो 14 वर्ष के वनवास के बाद अयोध्या लौटे थे। इस अवसर पर हिंदू लोग मिट्टी के दीपक जलाते हैं और अपने घरों को रंगोली से सजाते हैं। दिवाली के पहले घरों में खूब साफ सफाई करते हैं। कुछ लोग घरों की व्हाइट वॉश कराते हैं। इसमें घरों में खूब अच्छे अच्छे पकवान बनते हैं। घरों में लोग लाइटिंग भी कराते हैं। पूरा शहर दियों से जगमग करता रहता है। सभी लोग अच्छे अच्छे कपड़े पहनकर एक दूसरे से मिलते हैं। दिवाली का त्योहार 6 डेज का होता है। धनतेरस से शुरू होता है और भाई दूज पर खत्म होता है। इस दिन लक्ष्मी गणेश की पूजा की जाती है। धन्यवाद।
All right, wonderful, Ishan. Thank you. I'm going to go ahead and introduce Kavish as well, Tom. So we have another one of our regular Club Ananda and ASMI group intervention participant, Kavish Harjani. He loves to sing and dance. He's an incredibly empathetic individual. He will remember the smallest detail about you and anyone that he meets. And he will, without fail, always ask the teacher, the facilitator, to share about themselves, which we love that about him. And he loves attending all our sessions and participates beautifully with the help of his mom, Kanchan. So I don't know if Kavish and Kanchan are here. If you are, say hello. With that, we move on to the next one. Tom, you're not
oh yeah, it's just come through a little slow on my end. I'm sorry about that. So on to the next part of today's activity, going to Richa. Richa is a teacher at East Windsor Schools and a Saamarthya Passion Committee member. Now, Richa, I would love to hear a little bit about your favorite books and hobbies and anything you can tell us a little bit about yourselves, please. So over to you.
Namaste, everyone. So good to see you all on this platform. And thank you, Saamarthya. Thank you, Shivani, for giving me this opportunity. There are a few things I just want to talk about myself. My passion is gardening, cooking, and dancing. Though I'm not dancing much these days, but still I love to dance. The other thing is I always like to stay around kids. It's, since beginning, probably it's like my basic nature. So I just love to stay with kids. Probably that's the reason I'm into teaching. So, and I also teach in evening school, and I'm coordinator there. So to coordinate with kids to that level and all that, which makes me feel happy that I'm connected in some way with kids. And working with Saamarthya and working for Saamarthya is it's kind of a blessing, because I think when you give to someone else, you get more for yourself. It's not just you are giving, it's you are getting more. So we should never think that we are giving someone. It's always like you are getting something which Mastercard cannot pay. So thank you, Saamarthya, again for this opportunity. And my favorite book, actually, because my whole family was into reading, so there are many books in Hindi which we read. That is called Bal Hansen, all small stories which I love to read. That is Akbar and Birbal and Chacha Chaudhary. I'm sure that most of the people are not aware with these kind of books, but still, these were my favorite books. And I read few Panchatantra for my kids also, and my kids started learning Hindi through those books. So which I find amazing, that storybooks can be the best way to learn any language, or to connect with anyone. And actually, Diwali is a festival which we are here for, right? To celebrate. And for you, it doesn't matter which part of world we are in. Food is the glue to stick the family together. And that's why we are talking about food today. And I'm just going to show you very, very simple sweet dish, which is not just Diwali special. You can make in any birthday party, or Hanukkah, or Christmas, or Thanksgiving, and it will not take much effort. I think within 30 minutes, everything will be, done. And it's good to present also because it looks beautiful. So let's get started. Are we ready? I'm not sure if you guys are cooking with me, but if you're cooking with me, then just let me know so that I just stay on your pace. And if not, then if you are able to see me properly, I think this camera is there. I'm going to put this camera here. Can you see me through this camera?
Not just yet, Rich. It's still at your original one.
Okay, 1 minute. How to flip the camera? It's not flipping for me. On Zoom.
On the phone? Oh,
Mhm.
Oh, Richard, turn on the camera on your phone. I think it's just not on the phone yet. There should be a little button.
It shows on because I can see myself here.
Mm-hmm. Let's take a look. Here we go. Do you see a little icon come up on your screen or no?
Yes, I can see.
Okay.
And it was showing actually before. I don't know what happened.
maybe you lost the or something. Try again.
Yeah, I'm sending there we go. Got it. Perfect. So we're gonna
Got
add
it?
the
Okay.
spotlight. Now we got you in both.
All right. Okay.
All right. And before Richa, you get started, I just wanted to tell all the audience members that Richa has a wonderful cooking YouTube channel. Richa, please make sure to drop the link after you're done so people can go check out how you teach. And she's a wonderful, wonderful cook. So you guys are in for a treat. Go on, Richa.
Here I'm going to take this pan. Flat is better, but if you don't have this flat, that is also okay.
That's perfect, Richa. It's a good view.
Few things. Number one ingredient is coconut. This is desiccated coconut, so it's better if you get from grocery shop rather than just grating on your own. It's better to get it from grocery. One condensed milk. Can see me. This one, for this recipe, we just need 1 cup. So 1 can is going to be enough. Few almonds. Few cashews. If you can see. Just cashews. And dry fruits are optional. If you are allergic to dry fruits or anything else, you don't have to use it. This is just, just to enhance the flavor of the dish. That's it. And this is 100% optional because not many people have rose palettes. These are dried rose palettes. In any dish, if you add a little bit of rose palettes, it enhances the taste of the dish as well as it gives a very unique fragrance and which is very mild. Few cardamom, green cardamom, which is easily available in any grocery shop, in ShopRite, Wegman, or anywhere, or Indian grocery. This is clarified butter that is called ghee, which is very good. You just scoop 1 teaspoon every day, and it's great for your health. And here we are going to use just 1 teaspoon of ghee. So for this, we need 2 cup of coconut. Proportion is very easy. It's 1:2. 1 condensed milk and 2 coconut. You can see.
Actually, Richa, we have a very interesting question from the chat.
Mhm.
The coconut that you're using, is it dry from a bag? Is it
It's
frozen?
very, yeah, it's dry, but you can freeze it also because
Good to know.
usually I don't use the whole packet, and sometimes I use after 6 months, so I just freeze the rest of the packet, and it survives for 6 months.
Great. A smart way to conserve the ingredients. Love it. Thank you.
So actually, roasting the coconut is optional, but it gives a very unique taste when you roast a little bit before adding condensed milk. So it's up to you. If you're in a hurry and you don't want to, just take 2 minutes and just saute, or you just roast for a few minutes and then add condensed milk. But here we are going to just wait for a little while. Just let it change the color, and it will not take long. It will take around 5 minutes or so, not more than that. Then we are going to add condensed milk. And again, when I'm saying 2 cups of coconut, it doesn't have to be exactly 2 cup. It could be a little bit, more than 2 cup also. So because sometimes, there is no match, or there is no rocket science for cooking. Cooking is up to you, and whatever you taste good is best. So if you think that you're adding a little more coconut and that makes your dish better, you can add a little more. If you think that you wanna make kind of balls out of it, and so you don't have to go all the way to two, you can add a little less than two. So it's up to you, whatever you choose. I just want to show you that flame, it is medium. So you better work on medium flame because coconut burns very easily, and we don't want to, do all over again. So it's better to take precaution. The beauty of the festival, it doesn't have to be any Indian, any kind of festival, is that we all work together. We try to give our best on particular that day to make everyone else happy. And that gives us a lot of energy when you see that during the holiday and all that we are so busy. And it's not just everyone is working also, they come back from work and they get ready, they prepare their best food, and they invite people, or they go to someone else's place. And in whole process you're working so much, but the energy you get is it's totally different. So festival, I think that's the reason we have tradition to celebrate something, so that we can come together and give our positive energy to everyone. Okay, it looks a little brown. Now we can add condensed milk to it. I kind of turned off the gas now. Here I'm taking 1 cup of condensed milk. Can you see the quantity?
Yep, we can see it.
Now we are going to mix it well. I'm going to leave this on low flame and going to use the other gas and finish the rest of the work. We need to grind, or you can just crush the cardamom. I'm using this, but you can use any mixer or anything. There you go.
Looks great. And Richa, thank you for showing the ingredients in close up. It's always good to know exactly what we're using. So thank you.
Most of the recipe is almost done. It's just finishing touches now with the garnishes with dry fruits and cardamom flavor, and then just rolling it into little balls. Or that's what we're doing, right, Richa?
Yes.
Just so you know, everybody, we are almost done with the recipe actually. So you can see how easy it is. Yeah.
Mm.
This is crushed cardamom. And you know what? Do not just throw these peas, because you can use them in your tea or in anything else, because tea actually it tastes so well when you add green cardamom. So I always do that. I just whatever I have leftover, I just put that in sugar on in my tea box, and later on I just use it. Here I'm going to take some ghee. 1 teaspoon is going to be enough. And better not to forget our main dish. We need to, flip it over and, kind of roast it properly till it come to the right consistency. You can see that it is coming, it is drying up, and it is coming to the stage where we can kind of flatten it as a, what do you say?
Like a fudge, right?
Like a fudge, right? Like a fudge. Thank you. And if you think that your dish is becoming too dry, or you are not able to, handle that, you can add a little bit of milk. Start with 1 or 2 teaspoons. If you think you need more, you can add a little more. But my suggestion is to start with only 2 teaspoons. We are going to roast these almonds and other dry fruits, that is cashew and pistachio, in ghee. That's how it looks in the beginning. And once we roast a little bit, it will turn light brown. And you can smell, the aroma. You can smell that dry fruits are roasting. And that's the best time to turn off the gas. Since we didn't want to take much time on one thing, I'm putting all things together. But if you want, you can start, from the roasting the nuts before start your recipe, and then you can do that. But since we can handle this at the same time, I'm showing you at the same time. Now we are going to add this cardamom powder. Mm. 1 teaspoon of ghee. Since it's a big spoon, you cannot see that, but it's around 1 teaspoon only. There are two ways you can make this. This is kind of, you can turn into a burfi also, which is kind of fudge, which looks like a fudge flat. And the traditional way is to make laddu. That is round balls. You see, very cute little balls. You can turn into that also. That takes a little more time, but it's not that bad. Since it's not a very difficult dish, you can afford to do that.
For those of our friends who are not familiar with Indian desserts and sweets, this coconut barfi, or a coconut laddu, as Richa said, is a dessert or a sweet dish that's not just made for Diwali, for any festival. You will find this dish in all parts of the country. It's not limited to a state or a community. It's a very well loved, well-known, dessert, Indian sweet. And as you saw, it's a fairly simple way to make it. If you have sweetened condensed milk, it takes away half or more than half of your effort. So it's a quick thing to make.
And we are almost done. Almost done. As you can see here, the color has changed, right? Now we can turn off the gas. This looks good too. Mix it well. Everything I'm doing right now on a very low flame so that we don't burn it. It's time to chop the nuts.
We can also put them in a coarse mixer, right? Like grind them coarse.
Yes, you can do that.
So that
Here I'm trying to cut lengthwise because it looks very nice when they are cut lengthwise. Otherwise, you can do so, and you can make a little powder also, coarse. That will also work. You see, these chips kind of thing, it looks very cute when you sprinkle on top of the dish.
Richa, you are very thorough and detail oriented. I just go with the mixer grinder.
Yes.
And of course, I just make a coarse powder of all the nuts and I'm good to go. You have a lot of patience, my friend, to do that one by one. But I love this because Richa is showing you the traditional way of making this particular dessert. So it's lovely. Richa, are we making a barfi or a laddu?
I'll make both actually, just to show how it is going to look and how easy it is.
Yeah.
So I'll make 1 or 2 laddu so that everyone knows how to do it, and rest of we can use for barfi.
Just
Now,
make a quick time check, Richa, if we can wrap it up in like 5 to 7 minutes.
Yes, and then we are done.
Perfect. Thank you.
You can use this kind of container. It has to be, rectangular to give a proper shape, or you can use a glass board. You can use a little bit of ghee so that this doesn't stick on your hands, and you can just put this nicely on a flat. There you go. Now what you have to do is just sprinkle these.
Now I want to eat that right now.
Yes.
What am I going to do, Richa?
I was about to say, I'm hungry now. This is getting, it's
Because
like since it's on the screen, it looks so close, but it's so far
Sorry,
away.
maybe this was a bad idea, huh?
So
To do it so close to lunchtime too.
yes, and believe me, it tastes very well. Little bit of rose palettes. Now you can just press a little bit on top of the dry fruit so that they stick on this barfi.
Richa, will you take a picture of the final dish and email it to me so I can email it to all the participants with the
Oh
recipe?
yes, definitely. I'll do so.
Perfect.
And I'm just going to show one thing. Just going to show that how easy it is to make a laddu out of it. Let's take one portion. See, this looks so cute. Can you see now?
Yeah, it looks great.
Yes, and it is not a lot of effort also. So if you have time, then you can make something like this. And if not, then this works well, my dear. No one has to worry. And believe me, it is tasty. So I can taste it for you guys.
Sure you can.
So thank you so much for your time. I hope you can see me.
Yes.
We can see you.
Yeah. Okay.
You can just put it up a little bit up on the other screen in your there.
There we are.
Yeah.
Got
Okay.
it. There.
Either one's fine. We got you on both.
Okay. All right.
Richard, if you can just face the camera once, I want to take a screenshot of you.
Oh yeah. Towards me, right?
Yeah. There. Perfect.
Okay.
Got it.
Thank you.
Wow. Thank you so much.
Thank you, everyone.
Fantastic. Fantastic.
Thank you, everyone, for your patience. Thank you.
Try and make it and let us know how it went. We'll send you the photograph of the final dish. We'll send you the recipe card. I'll email it to each one of you. So if you couldn't make it today because of whatever reason, buy all the ingredients, make it over the next weekend. Let us know how it went. And Richa, please make sure to put in your YouTube channel link in the chat box.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you so much for having me. Thank you for your time.
And thank you again.
All right. This was amazing, huh, Tom?
Oh my goodness, I'm so hungry. I can't. It's just I'm gonna have a hard time focusing. I'm like, don't think about the food. Don't think
Yeah,
about the food.
right.
But again,
Okay.
thank you, Richa. This is amazing. I guess we'll move along.
Yes, I'm going to move on to the next slide that I'm going to just share about Darvesh. Darvesh is one of our Club Ananda participants, and there's a little video he's created for us, beautifully put together a video. His smile will brighten up your day, really. Any activity you give Darvesh, he will do it with absolute joy and enthusiasm. He and his mom, Varsha, love attending our Club Ananda sessions. And Darvesh adds to the energy, of our program with his amazing creativity and absolutely bright spirit. Let's see, you can see a little glimpse of that in the video that we're going to share now. All right, that was Darvesh for everybody. Moving along.
Amazing. Thank you for sharing that, Shivani. It's always nice to have a little window into the lives of others, especially one as wonderful as that. All right. So we have another fantastic little testimonial for everyone to give everyone more perspective on the good that we all do. I would give the Saamarthya program a 5 out of 5 rating. The program is affordable and the content is excellent. I particularly appreciated the sensory integration activities and literacy skills that I had requested. The facilitator presented the activities in a very helpful manner, enabling me to develop my own strategies that worked well. The recordings provided by Saamarthya are also a valuable resource, allowing me to revisit the sessions and take notes at my convenience. And this was another parent testimonial that we have for all of you today. Again, showing exactly the good that comes from all the work that we do. Fantastic. So we also have another little bit of a video to share for you. So we regularly conduct inclusive storytelling sessions online and in schools across India. These sessions are designed to sensitize neurotypical children about their neurodiverse peers in a way to use storybooks and conversations as a tool to create empathy and inclusion in classrooms. So here are a couple of snippets from a session conducted in an elementary school in New Delhi just a few months ago.
Who loves that energy?
It's so good.
All the
I
kids.
love it so much.
Yeah.
We have another one for you all too. And this one is where our Saamarthya ambassadors did a storytelling session using one of our publications. Books are magical. The main character in this book is Bilal, who happens to have dyslexia. Our volunteers engaged children in a conversation about diverse abilities at the end of the session. So let's take a look at this one. Fantastic. Another example of just how we can connect. And speaking of connecting, I'd like to take this time as we wind down on our presentation today to remind you and give you another opportunity to take action. All of our wonderful impact milestones are listed here for you. If you happen to join later on in the presentation, these were talked about very briefly at the beginning, and I'll go through them once more for everyone, should you choose to support our wonderful cause. So these are not just simple and single donations for an individual to hit. This is what we do together. These are the milestones that we can reach by combining our resources and combining our passions to make a difference for these wonderful children. So you can see at $150 is a monthly cost for a student scholarship, one-to-one intervention. At $200 is a scholarship for a parent to attend their 6-week parent training. After that, $2,000 gets an average annual student scholarship, $3,000 to annual cost to run Club Ananda, and $50,000 is the annual cost to run a family resource center. All of these are achievable goals because we have some wonderful people on this call here together, because through doing something together, we can achieve anything that we set our mind to. So once again, we'll put into the chat links so that you can take action yourselves should you choose to. And we also have on the screen a QR code. So if you happen to be watching this on your laptop and you wish to contribute, all you have to do is open up your camera application on your mobile device, hover it over that QR code, and the hyperlink will appear, taking you straight to the Saamarthya donation page. We appreciate all that you do, even if you just tell your friends, your family, and raise awareness for this fantastic cause. Every single piece counts, because it's not just the one moment that we have here together on this call, but it's how that moment resonates and ripples outward. Every time you mention it, every time we make a donation, and every time we remember the goals and objectives that we have here together is something that causes a ripple effect that expands outward to so many people we love and care about in our networks. And from here, I'd love to pass it, please, back to Shivani to help close it all out today. Of course, she's a Saamarthya founder and CEO, in case you didn't realize at the beginning of this call, and she has some wonderful things to let us know at the end of this time together. Shivani, thank you, and the floor is over to you.
All right. Thank you so much, Tom. I just want to thank the audience, each one of you joining from all over the world, for taking time on this Saturday morning or very late India time out of your weekend to support us, to cheer us on, and for championing our cause. To all the families of Saamarthya community, many of you are here today. I want to thank you, all of those who participate in Club Ananda, ASMI, our storytelling sessions, our parent training, and our coaching sessions. You make us who we are, and we are grateful to each one of you for your participation and commitment. I want to share my heartfelt gratitude to you, Tom, for being such an incredible Passion Committee member, for being really the cheerleader for Saamarthya, and emceeing our very first fundraiser in such a phenomenal way. So can we all give a round of applause to our incredible Tom? Thank you so much, Tom.
You're going to make me blush.
I also want to thank our other Passion Committee members, Richa and Neelam, for being so generous with your time and for your commitment to the cause of inclusion, for sharing your Diwali story with us, Neelam, and for sharing your cooking expertise with us, Richa. So you both made our event so amazingly beautiful. So thank you to both of you. Next, I want to thank our board members, of course, Vivian Martin, Regina Hepp, Mr. Shivnath Tandon, and Vidyotam Reddy for your strategic guidance such that we can grow and amplify the message of inclusion for children with disabilities worldwide. So thanks to each one of you. I also want to thank all of our major donors, corporate sponsors like AppFire and family foundations such as Fleisch Hacker Foundation for their continued support of our work. And last but not the least, I want to thank Vanessa for delivering such an incredible lantern making session for us today, and to the entire Saamarthya team, Ambika, Akanksha, Aarti, Kritika. If you all are there, turn on your cameras, I hope, and Catherine, and wave to everybody. I want to thank each one of you for your dedication to Saamarthya every single day. And with that, I think we can wrap up our session. I think we could do like a one last group picture. If everybody can turn on their cameras, that would be fantastic. All right. Lovely, lovely, lovely. On the count of 3, 2, 1, I will take a screenshot. Oh, look at Anurag. He has the mithai, the coconut burfi ready, and the lantern. Yay.
A+, well done.
He's a A+ boy. Absolutely. Look at Arjun. Arjun, wonderful.
Yes. Oh, it's so good.
Arjun even put the tassels. So each one of you, if you can, either take the pictures and send them to us here now, or email them to me. I would love to share it with the group, everybody who's attending today. And Ritu, it's good to see you. Hi, Vivek, it's good to see you. Hi, everybody. Hi, Sonal. I know you're on the phone, but I know you're here. So thank you so much for joining us today. At the count of 3, 2, 1, I'm going to take a picture. Ready? 3, 2, 1. One more. 3, 2, 1. Oh, that was good, Tom. All right. I think we made it perfectly on time. And I think we are going to close this session. Tom, did you have any final thoughts?
The only final thoughts I think that I have here for everyone is to remember the connections we make here today. And as we sign off, if you want to put your own favorite book into the chat, just so we have some reading recommendations for everyone out there, why don't we do that as a little sign off, a little favorite book in the chat. I'll put mine in there right now. And that is The Count of Monte Cristo. That is a very long epic that I love. But hey, you never know what new love you'll find in terms of your reading journey. So drop that in the chat, and I guess we'll leave it at that.
And I also want to give a shout out to Neelam and Richa for wearing one of their most beautiful saris and being so dressed up for this occasion, dressed for the occasion because we're celebrating Diwali. So thank you for that. That's beautiful. Shweta, good to see you. Deepa, good to see you. David, wonderful as always to have you. Aditya, you're here. I think you weren't there in the beginning. Hi, Aditya. Wave to everybody. We saw your video at the beginning, Aditya.
It was so good.
Wonderful. Wonderful. And is Ishan here, Ritu? Can we see Ishan? Can he say hello to everybody before we say bye? Or is he busy? And of course, we've seen Arjun. Darvesh is not here,
hey,
right,
David.
Vanessa?
Hey, there
Hi,
they are.
Ishan.
Hey, Sean. There we go. We see everybody.
Thank you for your videos, you guys.
So
All
good.
right. So good. With that, I think we can say bye to all of you and hope you have a wonderful day, evening, afternoon, and a good night to those in India. All right. Bye, everybody. Thank you again.
Bye, everyone. Thank you again.